But no, they gotta take you all the way around the back, in through the kitchen, through the back of a venue, just to get you inside. Where does that make sense?
It's sitting pretty, baby.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your girl Lolo, and we are talking about accessibility. I'm always talking about accessibility, but we never talk about the times where accessibility is more of an inconvenience than it is accessible. Now, as people with disabilities, we understand this, especially those of us who use assistive devices or need certain accommodations to get around. But for those who don't know, you may see some things that are accessible and be like, oh, that's great. They thought about the disabled community. But in many ways, those who are disabled are like, nah, son, this is actually kind of trash. And there was a way easier way to solve this thing than the way they put it in there. Let's start with the beach. I love the beach. There's a lot of people who love the beach. However, we all know that going through the sand is never an accessible experience. They do have beach wheelchairs. Although those are an amazing advancement in accessibility, and we need those at every beach, which they are not available at. Why wouldn't they just create a little like concrete path through the sand from parking lots to the shore? And I'm not saying it has to be everywhere, but maybe every like 20 feet, there's another path. So that way, those who use devices can just go down that path and make it all the way to the shore. I feel like that's easy. And honestly, a combination of both, the beach wheelchairs along with the path, would make the beach an accessible experience to all. Now let's get to the good stuff. Let's address accessibility within buildings. Don't. Yes, this is where it really starts to make no damn sense. For instance, if you go to a hotel and you get a wheelchair accessible room with a roll-in shower, do you ever notice that a lot of the times in the bathroom, there are only grip bars around the toilet, but nowhere in the shower? Where does that even make sense? Or any other area within the bathroom? As if from the door to the toilet is the only place we need to go and have balance and grip. And then let's talk about the shower chairs and the shower benches that they put in these types of bathrooms. Keeping it low is very helpful for a lot of people with disabilities. That is absolutely amazing to have. However, my solution is, how about installing more adjustable shower benches for the roll-in shower option for an accessible room in hotels? Me as an ambulatory wheelchair user, I need things to be higher up. It's just easier for me to go from standing to slightly sitting and getting back up again. But if it's too low, then I'm stuck. Those who need the seat to be low, and for those who need the seat to be high, is to install adjustable shower chairs in these showers. And don't act like it doesn't exist, because it does. Another one, don't you just hate when the accessible entrance is so completely out of the way of where you need to go, when all you needed was a simple ramp next to the stairs? But no, they gotta take you all the way around the back, in through the kitchen, through the back of a venue, just to get you inside. Where does that make sense? Stop it. Just make the main entrance accessible to people with disabilities versus taking us all the way out of the way and out the back, then through the kitchen. Now we smelling like grease and hot potatoes. When I was up in here smelling like YSL, but now I smell like hot potatoes because you want to take me through the kitchen. And honestly, as a black person, that also makes me feel some type of way, because black people back in the day weren't allowed to go through the main entrance either. They had to go through the back and through the kitchen in order to perform in certain venues or just enter certain venues. It's kind of triggering. It's kind of triggering to have to take us through the back so the folks don't see us. That's not cool. Don't like it, switch it up. Make your main entrance accessible, all problem solved. And for my final thing that they think is accessible, but it ain't. I feel like I'm gonna make this into a hashtag. Hashtag more ramps, less lifts. And here's why I say that. Because there are so many times, so many buildings that I have been in where there are just little baby steps, like 2-3 baby steps. But instead of a small ramp on the side of the steps, They done installed this huge ass open air elevator lift thing. And it's like, you could have just used the money for the lift to install the lift to make a ramp. And the ramp will never break down. That's the thing. A lot of times those lifts never work. And there's never anyone around to help you use the lift when you need to use the lift. These 3 little baby steps, yes, I can't get down them, but I feel like if I went fast enough, I probably could. But instead, I gotta wait for the waitress to come, get the manager to come, go to the lift, to find out that the lift isn't working. Then they gotta figure out where the damn key is. Like, it just turns into a whole thing. And it's so much more inconvenient when really all you needed to do was put a slab of concrete, bam. Now, I understand when lifts are necessary, when there is actually something that is really high, that is a lot of steps, that is, yes, that makes sense to install a lift. But come on now, 3 little baby steps. So stop making accessibility an inconvenience, because there are so many ways that accessibility doesn't need to be inconvenient, but in fact would be universal and helpful to all. If you have any other ideas or any other things that they say is accessible, and technically it is accessible, but it's just more inconvenient than it is accessible, go ahead and leave a comment. Cities, businesses, all of that, get your together. Consult as well as abide by the laws. Until next time, it's Sitting Pretty Baby. Peace.